Ariamos Kononukuash. Grand Rising Ramona, welcome in. We're just gonna bring in some incense, cleansing out this room, cleansing out the collective. How was y'all's weekend? How are y'all feeling? Thank you for the likes, Grand Rising, beautiful. Welcome in. It's good to have you guys here. Where did that incense go? Suturiamas Kununuku. I feel strong energy. Yes, a roller coaster one day. Yes, I could do it in the next. Yes, you got this. One day at a time, one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, one breath at a time, love. Take it easy. Take it easy. Just breathe. You've got this. Grand Rising. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate you. It does help me out bring more people in here. So thank you. We got some Sutu light codes coming in through the chakras here. Sindhya Ryamoko Skono opening up. How is everyone feeling? Was anyone experiencing any ascension symptoms this weekend? I'm like, what day is it? I thought it was Monday for a second. It is not Monday. It is Wednesday. Soothe. Thank you for being here. It's good to have you here. The moon energy. I've been working a lot with the moon magic, which is also known as Sin. If you guys didn't know, the moon god or goddess, her name is Sin, which is why feminine wisdom has been known to be sinful, which is why Mary Magdalene was known to be a sinner or sinister in general, is a minister of the moon. So, feeling the immediate need to nap has been hitting me. Yes. Heart, I feel very strong, and solar. Heart and solar, yeah, definitely with the work that we were doing with you for sure. What have I been feeling? I've been feeling a lot actually in my root. Really being very grounded, very centered, very open. Hello over on YouTube. Thank you for the gift. Sue, yes I am. Thank you for asking. We are doing energy healing here. We're just moving energy, holding space for the divine to move through us. So if you are not in alignment with the divine and you do not feel you are going to honor the divine, you can escort yourself out of this collective. So, hello Danny, welcome in. Sitiariamos kononuku. So, you didn't lose anyone, baby. You lost yourself, and it's time to go. Bye. Sitiariamos kononuku, skuruduku, shkaradikia mai, kiamas unu, ariamasukush. Ni sia maurumos kuntukuashkai kiama kuairiam. Ni ariamos kononukush kanana. Light coming in down through the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, and root, pushing through hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth, grounding down, bringing this light all the way through you to clear your channel, to open your vessel to highest good and good of mankind through all time, space, and dimension. Allow your body to be a beautiful art piece, a masterpiece of life. Allow your essence to be continually carved and formed by the divine as you are continuing to develop each day your masterpiece, not as if you are a project, but as if you are just continual art. I think sometimes when we just see ourselves as a project or as healing as a project, it can never feel complete. But I want you to know that you are very complete in your essence, and yet you can still grow through that completion. You are full and you are whole, and yet that wholeness can continue to expand. Thank you. Oh, that's such a cute one. Are you kidding? That gift is so adorable, and I see that all the time in my mind is sheep and fences. So that's really awesome. Grand Rising. Thank you to everyone that's here. Welcome in. It's good to have you here. Let me know how you guys are feeling this morning. The energy of the divine feminine is very prominent in my field, and is probably going to be very prominent in my field for probably the next month and a half. I've been doing a lot of work with the Marys. I've been doing a lot of work with Ishtar, the goddesses, the womb healing, womb magic. I've been doing a lot of work with the divine feminine wisdom, even parts of witchcraft and healing witchcraft wounds that might have been taking place in the divine feminine. Thank you. Hello. Hello, Katie. Thank you for the gift. Beautiful Astrid. I appreciate you. I love the rose. So following the rose lineage and really working with the rose and the power of the womb, the power of the blood, the power of the menstrual blood is something that I've been working with for a while now, but it's something that I feel like is meant to be called forward to the collective, to remember the womb knowledge and the womb wisdom that is held within us, and is often why we were alienated or pushed aside as women, was because of the sacredness of our menstrual cycle, one that was not accessible or understandable to the masculine or to the patriarchy at the time. And so it became something that was pushed aside or distressed, and created society to be rejecting of their womb or rejecting of their cycles, and to be ashamed of their cycles. And that then, what does that do? It suppresses the feminine wisdom. And so for me, it is very strongly necessary to bring that wisdom back forward in through the body and through the mind and through the soul, through womb practices and womb healing. And I also do want to mention, though, each of us, whether you have a physical womb or not, has a womb, an astral womb. So if there is men in this collective or people that do not have wombs, whether you have a hysterectomy or whether you were born a man, um, there is a necessity to cater to that womb as well. The astral womb has much wisdom and much variety of knowledge that can be opened up, because the goddess, the feminine goddess, is always held within the body. So that's something that I want to bring forward for the collective, as this is something I've been working a lot on, and has been something I've worked a lot on throughout my whole career. Thank you for the gift. Oh wow, look at all that. Look at all the cute gifts. I love those. I feel like I've not seen a lot of those. So super cool. I don't know if TikTok got different gifts or something like that, but love them. Super great. So I mean, I think I have a very unique vantage point as well, coming in as a goddess worshiper, like physically, being a lesbian, I think that there is a little bit of a different energy towards my devotation or devotion. There we go. Devotion to the goddess. I feel very personally called to doing that work of really making my whole life work about devoting myself to the goddess and devoting myself to feminine wisdom, but also learning to balance and not holding feminine wisdom as above the masculine wisdom, but holding it as so revered and so loved. And something that I was learning yesterday about Grand Rising, welcome in, you guys. Something I was learning yesterday about Yeshua's journey is, of course, he traveled to many different places, right? We know that he traveled to the Egypt to learn the mysteries of like mystery school. He also traveled to India, and one place that he traveled to in India was this place in the temple where there was a ton of these like women that their whole sole job was to devote their life to goddess worship, and they held such a high frequency of goddess energy within them that people would come to the temple to wash the goddess's feet or wash these women's feet that were in devotion to the goddess. And the men particularly really enjoyed this type of act of worship, because I do think a part of the masculine self really just wants to worship. So when they were put as a high authority, um, part of them kind of fell out of alignment, but that's a whole other conversation. Um, but they would wash the goddess's feet out of this deep reverence or devotion for the land that they walked on, right? That's like, again, this is kind of how I feel in relativity to women, is like I could worship their feet. It's a whole thing, but anyways, in this practice of washing the feet, these people would also drink the water of the foot bath, which I think is wild, and it's very a humbling and a very worshipful experience. And I've just been really thinking about that concept. But anyways, Jesus went here and learned about the practices of foot washing as a place of devotion to the goddess or the beings within us, as we are walking beings of light, as we are walking beings of the divine. When we're able to wash each other's feet, we're able to kind of hold this space of inner worship. And so, this is why Jesus brought that practice to the disciples, and he washed all of the disciples' feet as if in honor or in worship to the divine that is within them, and told the disciples then to go share that and wash each other's feet. And there is such a humbling experience in washing one another's feet. There's such a open and graceful experience, an honoring experience within that. So that's just something I've been thinking about recently, and it's been very, very fascinating. Um, just a really cool understanding that really Jesus brought so many different areas of religiosity into his practice to share kind of this one order of worship, is kind of what I feel like Jesus was trying to do, is bring all of these religious practices into one. But again, we, like I talked about in the last session, he has done a lot of work specifically with the divine feminine, and I do feel like he was called by Sophia. He was a messenger of Sophia, which is why he told Sophia's story and had the book Pistis Sophia. You can check that out on your own. But yeah, it's a very, very fascinating story. Grand Rising, welcome. So I just think that that's very fascinating. And I mean, I pull a lot of my knowledge, like I always talk about, from Christianity and from kind of the way, if you will, the early sect of Christianity that was not about one specific, and like we said over here on YouTube, not one specific religion, but this idea of all religions holding a different aspect of the knowledge of God, and bringing those all together in order to understand the fullness and the unity of God. And I think there's still more that we're learning, and that's something that Jesus said, like, you're going to do even greater miracles in the new age. And that's the age that we're in now. That's the age that we're walking into. And we're still continuing to learn about the inner planes of existence. And we're still continuing to learn about the divine, and what that looks like, because I think all of us are growing. There's no version of us that is fully complete, because that would be boring. In my opinion, that would be boring. Um, the sound on TikTok is, or YouTube is softer. Sorry about that. I don't know. Whoopsies. I don't know what to do about that. Let's see. If I turn this up, does that do anything? Sometimes it glitches. Let me see if I can pause it. I don't know if I can pause it. So sorry about those on YouTube. So those are some of the thoughts that I had this morning. It's always fun when I come on here and I just like go on a little rant and then can't stop. But so concept that I've been working with is womb. So that is the first word that I'm going to bring up on the word of the day is womb, and then initiation, inner planes, compassion, hope, mysteries, magic, Magdalene, Kali Ma, and queendom. So we have been using a lot of we have been using a lot of divine feminine frequencies, as we have Magdalene and Kali Ma here in the words of the day, which they both just wanted to come forward. And both of them hold this energy of in some way being like a energetic destroyer or a matrix destroyer. They're coming in to dissolve the old ego almost, and bring into a humbling space. Even when it doesn't feel comfortable, that comfort is not necessary, but what is necessary is alignment. So alignment over comfort is really important here as we're stepping into more of this week, as we're stepping into May especially. So May for me, and I'm going to do the May energy update on Friday, so stay tuned for that on YouTube. Again, they're always my favorite videos to make of the year, is always the first of the month videos. But May, since I'm going to be on the Mary Magdalene retreat, that's going to hold a lot of resonance with the collective as well. I do believe that, we are all intertwined consciously. And so if we have 13 ladies, 13, it makes my heart so happy, because we have the 12 disciples, which 12 is the number of the masculine and 13 is the number of the feminine. So we have 13 ladies going on this retreat. And that is almost the significance of a women or feminine discipleship. Thank you. I'm so excited as well. And I know that directly you guys are going to be receiving these frequencies. There's going to be a very strong feminine activation in the consciousness next month. And there's a very strong womb activation, like we talked about, first word of the day, that's going to be activating. And that's just going to be very exciting. So be aware of that coming in for the collective. A lot more feminine wisdom coming forward, a lot more wilderness. This is the idea of being wild in self, not following necessarily the program or the path of what is comfortable, but following the path of alignment. That's something I'm going to continue to be talking about. It's not always the easiest path to choose alignment, but it is ultimately going to be the most beneficial path and the most evolutionary path of success, because comfort has continued to find us in those karmic loops, and comfort can stay comfortable. We can stay in that comfort even if the comfort is painful. Sometimes we think that pain is comfortable because it's all that we know, and I think that's something to be very aware of. As we're stepping into next month, but also in general, just in general, finding alignment rather than comfort, and noticing what paths or what cycles are comfortable. Yes. Thank you, Pops, for doing the work over there, for creating a safe space on YouTube. All right. So if anyone does want to get on the list today, my list is open. If that's something that you're feeling called to. Oh, the other word of the day is queendom. So again, a very feminine frequency coming in. I always like to kind of just share that type of bias when I'm coming into this type of work, is that there is going to be more of a feminine bias in today's healing, but I also think that I think that I do a pretty good job trying to balance the two. and giving both perspectives of masculinity and femininity, because I hold both very reverently. Um, but just holding that awareness today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love this word, queendom. Yes. Yes, excellent. All right, we have Astrid on the list today. Chakra alignment. Absolutely. You can give a quick Bible verse if that feels good to you. Sutush kadetiki ariamos kununuku kuas kadetiki kiasanti. Shoo, 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 shoo. Okay, so I want to mention again, there is going to be a lot of so has anyone been seeing things or seeing beings when you're going to sleep, when you're resting, when you're just kind of in meditation? Something that happened to me yesterday, which was so beautiful. Um, so energy readings, yes. Yeah. Thank you for being here. So this is really important to disclosure. We've been doing a lot of work. I mean, me and Astrid have been doing a lot of work with opening up more connection to these beings and to disclosure. And so that's what we've been working on together, is getting people's nervous system more comfortable to seeing these things and being around these things. And so there's a couple different phases that we go into for disclosure. One of those first phases is seeing them within your inner eye. So starting to visually see, starting to visually see certain beings in your mind's eye, specifically at night, because the night is where the veil is a little bit thinner, right? Because it's more in connection with the moon, and the moon kind of has its own frequency of thinning of the veil. That's its own thing. Um, but so that's going to be kind of the first phase of, when you see these beings, hold space for them to show up in all of themselves, and to not be afraid. There's often, sometimes they'll come in a very dark form. That dark form is the reflection of your own consciousness of fear. And so when you see beings in this energy of fear, just relax your nervous system, allow light to come around you and come through them, and they will kind of shift their energy into what their actual form is. And that's going to be the first part of disclosure. The second part of disclosure is physically seeing some of these beings in front of us, and seeing some aspects of them in nature and in consciousness. And so this could even be for the magical realm, seeing fae, seeing dwarves, seeing elves, all of these things. One thing that I saw yesterday that was really beautiful, and is something that is going to be an ease into this type of connection, is all of those bugs that are like so small, gnats, and they kind of move in like certain shapes, almost like the birds that are all like swimming together and they make shapes. I was seeing those gnats, and they were creating like a shape of a being. They were forming themselves in a way of like a light being. And that was a way that I got to like start to see these light beings show up, because they were forming her as she was present. So that's one way that you can see them. You can see beings by just even connecting into like cotton that is like floating through the air, and just kind of connecting in with that and being like, is there anything here? Is there any messages that want to come through? That's another way to connect. And so that's kind of like the second wave of disclosure. And then kind of the third wave of disclosure is like really boots on the ground, seeing these beings come into consciousness. And there's those waves are already existing in different places of government, right? And so we already kind of have a little bit of that trickle effect in our consciousness, but it's meant to come forward a little bit more. It's all about right now regulating the nervous system when seeing these beings, and really being open to having these type of conversations. So that's something that I want to talk about for the collective. There was something else I was going to share as well here. I keep seeing satellites in my body at night sending a signal like a call. Oh, I love that. This is very helpful. See beings in the clouds. Yes. There was something else I was going to bring up. A man in a gown was putting something in my head. Oh, interesting. I'm seeing more shadows in the corners of my eyes and feeling them. Yeah. And so I really am holding this space of holding this space of awareness. I think is the best way to go about it with these beings. As someone that has worked with demonic entities for a while without my wanting or without my want for that to happen, right? I have had to learn how to work with them and work through them. And the biggest and greatest way is literally letting go of fear of these shadowy beings. And again, oftentimes what they are here to do is represent a fractal of yourself or a portion of yourself that is still holding judgment towards the spiritual realm, or still holding judgment towards your wisdom, or still holding judgment towards some aspect of self. And they'll come forward in order to be witnessed of your own inner fear, maybe fear of power, maybe fear of your own wisdom, all of these things, because that is it's actually more of a comfort for us to sit in that type of fear than it is to sit in empowerment of our own power. So we want to witness that, acknowledge it, forgive it, and let it flow through us. And again, you're going to notice these shadowy beings changing from dark to light. I've been closing out so many old timelines in my dream space. Yes. So Jesus loves you too. So that's something that I want us all to be aware of, because I want the collective consciousness to start shifting from this idea of psychosis or a mental break. I want us to understand the difference between that and like a spiritual need, like a spiritual, what's another word, spiritual emergency is something that someone said the other day. A spiritual emergency versus like something of being crazy. A lot of times it is just this spiritual emergency of being like, okay, I need to be really present with myself right now to give myself back this unconditional love and this trust and this appreciation for my own wisdom. And when you can do that, and when you can center yourself back into who you are without being overflown or over flooded with fear, it's going to keep you stable. But if you get overwhelmed by your own inner fear, which I was there once, so it's valid if you get into it. Like, it's everyone has their own experiences. It's going to kind of make you feel very unsettled. And again, I'm here on this platform and in this plane of existence in order to help people kind of move through this unsettling, and know that you're not alone. And these are things that we are moving through, and it's going to be okay. And even if you do step into those moments of a little bit of psychosis or a little bit of fear of self, it will move on. Just come back to center, breathe, relax, feel into your nervous system. If you need to, fully surrender into dying to self and let it all go, and come back into the harmony of knowing that you are one with all things and that you are everything and nothing at all times. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say here. I think there's a lot of things that I had said in this. There's a lot. There's a lot. Not to condemn or judge. Yeah, I think again, a lot of times forgiveness is one of the most healing practices of life, and it's a forgiveness to self and a forgiveness to others. Like, forgiveness is so healing. Anytime that there's fear, holding a space of forgiveness can truly just open up your heart to being like, oh, I'm sorry for kind of coming back into this old state of being. I know that I do not need to be afraid any longer. I am fully strong in my spiritual essence. I am strong in who I am, and I do not need to fear. So I'm sorry for allowing my body or holding that space of fear up until this point. And for my ancestral line that has been afraid of this type of wisdom, I forgive. And I am holding a pure space of forgiveness all the way through my channel to open up to receiving the wisdom of these beings on the other side. So that's what I'm going to say about that, because I think that I could talk a very long time about this. So I hope that helped maybe someone out there today that's just kind of moving through some interesting energy. I think so many of us are, yeah. I mean, I was talking to Vanessa this morning about that type of concept. So this is also why it's come forward, but it's because it's also been in the collective channel as I've been tuning into the collective consciousness. This is something that the collective has been working through. And also, as you guys saw yesterday, I posted a video about the sacred oils that I use, Divine Vibes Only. She's got the greatest. So go check out her link in bio if you're interested in some sacred oils. I've been using the womb. I put on the womb oil this morning. So that's also probably why there's a lot of womb energy in this collective. All right, Astrid, let's get into this. This is just going to be a 15-minute session. Just going to be a 15-minute session. Yeah, it was really beautiful. I really, really liked the smell of it as well. I can feel it very strong. All right. So a 15-minute session, cleanse and clear chakra alignment type energy. We'll get into this with Astrid. And this is going to ramp up to full disclosure. Absolutely. I mean, that's the point. I don't actually know. Yeah, Vanessa, do you ship outside of the US or just in the US? All right, let's get into it. Again, anyone else that is you feel a lot more feminine energy the last couple of days as well, yeah. So I want to say to the men in the collective, I think this is we all have wombs. We all have divine wombs, and I'm going to say it real quick, we all have penises. We all have astral wombs and astral penises, and I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to have you sit on that on yourself, okay? I'm going to get my energy ready, and we'll get started. You used to think that as a kid because that was accurate to you. That was accurate to you. I used to think that as a kid too. She's the alpha. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an alpha female. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Astrid, put a heart in the chat when you're ready and we'll get started. All right, again, this is just a 15-minute session. So anyone else that wants to get on the list, you can tune in. Hand on heart, hand on belly. Let's take 3 deep breaths in together. Take a deep breath in. One more. So they're just showing me the clarity of your field and how the energy is able to move through such high and low realms of existence. And they're even showing, like, kind of how what we talked about in your healing yesterday was that the low that you were experiencing was very necessary in order to be fully evolved or fully involved with all aspects of self. So there is necessity to feel into grief and into pain and into low energy of feeling even in some way lonely, and those frequencies allow the light that is penetrating through you to go all the way down into the depths of that pain. So that's something that they're showing right now, is this ability for you to have opened up deeply to all of this light. It is so important to feel. And it's like just piercing through all of your cells in your electron body. So I'm just feeling your whole electron body just like buzzing with frequencies that are coming in. And yesterday, me and Astrid were doing some work again with disclosure, because she's been doing a lot with physical beings coming to contact her, which is really cool, really awesome, excellent, light. I'll write you down, love. So they've been shifting her energy to be in alignment with these beings that are coming to communicate with her and talk with her energetically. And so there's been a lot of those frequencies coming in through her field. They're showing me the root chakra here. The womb, actually. Makes sense. The womb going into the root. They're showing dense foods again. So, like, they're showing me like a hamburger. I don't know if you eat meat, but they're showing that density to be really important, specifically when contacting or integrating these beings. It is a fine balance is what they're sharing. But let's bring some more light down through your crown, third eye, throat, heart. Ooh. Ooh. There's a lot of heart opening frequencies. Ooh. I gotta drink some water after that. That's a very deep frequency. In the way of like, I feel purging, wanting to come out. And this is a concept I've been working with a lot recently, is throwing up. I have this fear of throwing up. But as I'm like going deep into your, I know, I know, Vanessa, as I'm going deep into your heart, I can just feel this like, need to like bring all of this energy out. I've been also talking with one of my other friends, and she's an opera student, PhD opera student, which is really awesome. But she also has been talking about this ability to sing at such a high capacity, or set at such an open-hearted level, through this way of like almost visualizing the song coming out like a vomit, like it just is so open from the heart, and those frequencies are able to really come through. And so that's something that's kind of coming through your heart, is like really wanting to express it out through your throat and having that throat open. So when your throat is open, it's also going to help in communication with beings that also have their heart and their throat open. So that's going to be kind of energetically important for you. Okay, let's go in again. So just feel that opening. You're gonna feel that a little bit coming up your throat. There's a huge throat opening. My spine also cracked. Spine alignment here. Bringing some light down through the spine. Down through the lower coccyx or the lower sacrum. Kelly, we were just talking about you. This is the person that was just talking about throwing up sound and opening the heart and allowing that sound to come up. So again, there's just so much of this heart that's open, and just so much is wanting to come out. And I feel like it could even be crying, Astrid. There's this large purging in your field right now. Very large purging. Whew. Your meridians are spinning very fast, moving down through hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth, grounding down. So what you were talking about with the heart and the solar is really active. I'm feeling that very strong. So yesterday we did a lot of work with the solar. Today I'm really feeling into that heart chakra. I'm going to go down into that solar plexus here a bit more. It does feel like you purged out more after that session because I'm feeling it less intense than it was yesterday. But I am just going to open up. I'm happy. Okay, that's awesome. Some sort of expression then that wants to come out. Even just singing frequencies could be really good. But it's a matter of really having it out of the throat. It's not, they're saying not needing to like write things down, but like I'm even seeing you like going outside or going to the mountains and just like singing, like crying to the rooftop, like cry singing. It's not like crying out of sadness either. It's just like this awe, this divine release, but it doesn't have to be sad. Yeah. I'm going to go again back down into the solar plexus, opening this up. They're showing me grass in the solar plexus. So really having your spine and your back on grass is going to be really good for cleansing out your body. Because you're in this really, they're showing me like a whirlpool of energy that is releasing through you right now. Like physically, if you can physically have your skin on the grass, that could help. I know that it could get itchy or things like that, but that's even just like lifting up the back of your shirt and putting the lower back in grass is going to funnel that energy down. Is the list open? Yes. Yeah, even light language coming through. I sing also light language. Yes, light language. Light language is a great way to use that throat, the heart opening throat. I'm also seeing cats. Cat energy is here. Lyran energy. We've been talking about Lyrans as well. There's a courage, a confidence, and a center or a groundedness that is moving through you like a fierce cat. divine feminine wisdom coming back into your frequency, as if there has been a part of you that has been very separate from your divine sensual nature. That sensuality is wanting to come back online, even with the earth. Something about me is my root is very open for earth. I am very connected with the sensuality of earth. That's something that, again, they're even saying, like, with the grass on your back, you're going to be able to, like, feel the sensual nature of earth moving through you, and it's going to relax your lower body into feeling safe to feel sensual. It's white. Oh, I love that. Going into your womb. So yeah, the womb is stirring with this sensuality. Ooh, ringing in the ears. So that feels like it's in alignment. Sensual nature. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, so I don't know if you're still experiencing your period, but they are saying womb blood, which again was something we talked about this morning, working with that womb blood in whatever capacity that feels right to you. Is going to be a sacred initiation into your sacred feminine upgrade. And that's being called alongside of these intergalactic upgrades. So it's holding the divine earthly wisdom of the womb of earth, of sensual nature, because earth is very sensual, in collaboration with this higher intelligence, is going to bring together the divine human and the divine just the divine, right? 100% human, 100% divine. Having both of those together is going to keep you balanced without being overwhelmed by the higher frequencies of the galactics, but you're going to be bringing up the wisdom of the earth and the womb, which is natural to this planet. So that's why they're wanting you to do both of these to balance. So sensual pleasure and higher wisdom coming together. Oh, yay! Very clearing. Yay, you had it yesterday. That's awesome. That's really awesome. That's so cool. That's awesome. I just know that that is very impactful to your body, especially for the work that we've been doing. Okay, a lot of clearing in your channel. I'm going to send in free some of your menstrual blood. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Okay. Bringing this energy down through the hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet down into the earth, grounding down. Release through your roots all the way down to the crystalline core. Wrap your roots around the crystalline core. We're going to bring light all the way down through crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root, hips, thighs, knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet. Bringing this light all the way through the collective consciousness, up and around as we all shift together. Bringing this energy of unconditional love back up through roots, feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, hips, roots, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, all the way up into the heavens, allowing this to be your truth if it feels right to you. I'm bringing this energy all the way back down and around you. And so it is. Hello, welcome in. Releasing any last energy that doesn't serve you, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow. So beautiful. I have some stories to share about this in association with Christianity as well. Bringing unconditional love into every cell of your body, illuminating from the inside out, appreciating the love, the joy, the peace, the bliss, the honor of being alive here in this present moment. I see you, I love you, I honor you. Golden light energy all around your aura, keeping you safe, sane, and protected. Abundance all the way through you and into the collective consciousness field as we all shift together. Take a deep breath in. Your energy is yours. My energy is mine. And so it is. And so it is. There you go, beautiful soul. You're so welcome. So I really love that combination of the galactic and the earth. Really a beautiful intersection. And we get to hold that intersection, right? As we are these beings of earth, the wilderness of earth that moves through us, the sensual nature of earth, and then the higher wisdom of the divine or the higher wisdom of other galactics, and kind of just holding that mix here in consciousness is really beautiful. So something very interesting about Catholicism is the word Catholic or Catholic actually comes from the root Cathar, which Cathars were a sect of Mary Magdalene beings of Christianity that came into the south of France, which again, I'm going to be visiting the south of France, so this is very important to me. And they listened to Mary Magdalene's messages about, the first original kind of Christianity, and they created the sect of the Cathars. The Cathars held a lot of high regard to the divine feminine and a lot of high regard to women priests. And they also emphasized equality between men and women. So that was a huge sect of the Christ movement after Mary Magdalene came to Europe or came to France. And in 1209, the Christian church, which was run then by the Roman Empire, went and massacred all Cathars that ever existed. Many of the Cathars then went and tried to live in the woods, and they were hunted down and killed again. So we just want to hold reverence for that part of the story. But anyways, the Cathars is the original name of Catholicism because the church then took over the Cathars and created Catholicism. So this is why Catholicism actually has a bit more reverence to the divine feminine than some of the Protestant sects of Christianity. So we have in Catholicism the reverence of Mother Mary and the reverence of all of these different saints that were women that would do miracles. And so there is a beautiful sect of Catholicism because of that history and that origin. So I just love to share that little story there. Next up, we're going to go into light. Allison, yes, I see you. So I have light on here. Light, where did you send in again, love? Was it Cash App? Allison with a 25-minute session. And so I hope that story was interesting to you. Yeah. Cash App, okay. Because it was very fascinating to me when I learned about that at first. I was like, OMG, why do we have no knowledge or history of this? But it makes sense why we have no knowledge or history of this, because they tried to completely abolish that storyline. Okay, so Lauren up next. Lauren with a 15-minute session. There's something so grounding about the name Lauren. I don't know why. I've always just held this. It's a very grounded energy. Lauren, do you have anything specific you want to work on today, love? Just a clearing, just a cleanse and clear? Let me know if there's anything specific. Y'all know I'm just going to be talking about these things that I've been learning for the next week and a half. Thank you. Sending much love to you as well. Light, excellent, spirit led. I gotta get off my soapbox real quick. I'm still feeling myself on that soapbox, and I'm like, hey, Lydia, come back down. I get a little passionate about these things. Be into a grounded state. Make sure you guys are drinking your water. And I grew up Baptist in a Protestant sect of Christianity that was very aggressively against women in the church. So that's why I do hold a little bit of reverence to Catholicism, whether I was involved in it or not. But even just the reverence that they had to Mother Mary has always been really strong to me. So when are you coming to France? I'm coming May 10th to the 30th. Well, actually, to June 1st. I don't know why I said that. I know when I'm going to be there. Okay, let me get my energy ready and we'll get started. All right, Lauren, is this our first time working together? I think it might be. Let's get started. Put a heart in the chat when you are ready, and we will get into this session. Again, anyone else that is in here, you guys can receive the secondary energy codes as always. Wait. There we go. Yeah. It's the second, but never live. Okay, excellent. All right, hand on heart, hand on belly. Let's take 3 deep breaths in together. That makes a lot of sense. Take a deep breath in. Excellent. So there is something that I saw right off the bat, and I saw knitting. I'm not sure if you knit physically, but then I was like, okay, show me more about this. And they were showing light weaving. So a part of your energy, and you probably already know this, is to help weave together the new matrix through light frequencies and kind of through the energetic grid. So any place that you're at, you're such a healing frequency. You're such a light being that anywhere that you go, any type of rip in consciousness or tear in consciousness, your energy is automatically like weaving together the divine matrix in those places. So that's something that's really beautiful. But I kind of want to go back to the knitting or the crocheting is something that also could physically be taking place in your reality as like a hobby of not consuming as much but just enjoying. And they're showing the practice of knitting or crocheting could actually help your consciousness understand how you can physically weave light in these places. So that's just something that spirit is showing me right off the bat as a part of your soul contract is an energy weaver. And there's multiple other people in consciousness that do this alongside of you. There's so many even in this collective that probably align with that concept or that label of energy weaver. um but yeah, that's just what they're showing me. They're showing me even like these like moments where you step maybe into the grocery store and there's this area of the grocery store that just feels dense, or there's like a weird feeling, or there's like something that's like something feels off here. And there's a part of your consciousness that is being called to step forward to consciously weave together the new matrix in those frequencies. So something that you can also do with this is if you go into a grocery store and you feel like something is like they're saying like is too expensive for what it's actually worth, where I don't know how to explain that, but they're saying, yeah, just you're able to send your energy into that thing and ask that spirit changes the price of that to be more in alignment with how to serve humanity, which is kind of very interesting how they're saying that. But they're saying again, if you go into a space, maybe it's even a weird area of a park, or again a grocery store, that's I feel like where a lot of people just go, just sending this intention of light or a light portal to open up consciousness and to energetically weave together the divine matrix is going to be very important. So it's like you're even a nurse just like stitching together certain parts of consciousness. So that's something that they just want you to be aware of, and you might already be aware of, but holding a bit more awareness to when you're navigating in everyday life. You're being initiated to step forward with your gifts, and being able to share more of that light. So we're going to open up in your crown chakra, opening this up here. There is a bit of nodding. So I'm kind of just combing out some of these knots. They can come from self-doubt, they're saying. So they're talking to me a lot about the ego and learning to trust the ego versus the soul. And it doesn't, they're saying, don't even say the word versus, because it's not them against each other, it's them working together. And I think that's important for your consciousness to remember and reconcile, is that the ego is important in its own capacity, and you're learning greater your intuition. They're saying like yes no questions when you're just doing something random and you're asking spirit something, and you get yes and no at the same time. They're saying listen into your heart, because even if you get the answer of yes towards a question, in your heart there might be some feeling of like no. We'd ask that you rather listen to the heart than maybe to that word that comes through your mind or through your ear, because that feeling of the heart is much more in alignment than the comfort of the ego. So that's something we've been talking about, ego versus, or alignment versus comfort. Yeah, they're wanting you to calm your mind. It seems like you do calm your mind though. There's something here that I'm not fully understanding. There's this energy of a little bit of numbness in the brain, and it's hard for me to fully access understanding when there's numbness. It's as if part of your brain is coming online. It's as if a part of your programmed reality has wanted you to numb out your intuition, or to numb out even parts of your ego, your healed ego, and to subject the fact that you don't have authority. There's something about that. And they're saying, no, you have inner authority. Listen to yourself. There's a lot of very interesting energies here. You're in a very transformational energy here in your brain. So I'm going to bring light down through in between your corpus callosum. It's going to open up that third eye as well. It's going to bring more light into both sides of the brain. So they're wanting you to understand that both sides of the brain are needed. The feminine and the masculine sides are needed in order to navigate this journey. So really be engaged and engulfed in creative acts like crocheting, like sewing, but also like painting and dancing and play and fun and enjoyment and sensual nature of smelling the roses, things like this. They're saying be very engulfed in the senses, and in the other side, holding structure for daily ritual and daily practice. So that's what's coming through here in the mind. And that's going to help settle the mind when you have a bit more structure to like really engage spiritually daily. It's going to help turn on your intuition greater and stronger, opening up the third eye a bit deeper. There's an energy that I can't quite grasp here, and I don't know why. It's as if there's a part of you that you don't understand about yourself. Like you can't fully understand why you are the way that you are. Okay, opening up the throat. I'm actually feeling generally clear here. There's some stuff on the bottom of the throat of like old past wounds of being silenced, but I can tell that you've been doing more work, or are in the path of doing more work, to open that throat chakra, to speak up about your needs, to share your boundaries, to just be open about what you're going through in life with others. So there is a bit more openness than there has been in the past, but I can feel those old wounds. We're going to open up to the heart space. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest here. I'm seeing a horse in the heart, which is awesome. Horses are always representative of freedom in my field. So there's a lot of openness of freedom here. They're saying very specifically it's not meant for us to focus on the past. It's meant for us to be present with your senses, and then in those senses and in that sensuality, creating the new reality that you're wanting to step into every day, which is much freedom. There's a lot of freedom codes, which again is a part of that energy weaving, is like you're able to bring this type of freedom back into the divine matrix through your own essence of freedom. And so making sure that you're doing that type of active freedom. There's a blackbird outside of my window. The active freedom of like dance, of singing, of painting, of sewing, of art, of all of these different things is going to help continue to enhance your freedom frequencies in your body and creation freedom or creation energy. There's something here in the crown that I'm not understanding. Do you take any medication? There's something here. They're like blocking me from fully understanding it. Can you bring in some more angels to help, or some guides to help translate? I'm getting Loki. Trickster energy. There's a curiosity about your field. There is a, okay, this is making sense. People aren't going to fully understand you, and that's the point of your consciousness. I take a few meds. Okay. So that also could be it. But I'm just gonna tune into what they're giving me here, because often I will feel that when people are taking medication, there's this really interesting numbness in the back of my head that I can't fully grasp because it closes off some parts of the brain or certain brain pathways. But I think I want to go back to what Loki was talking about, of your energy of being a mystery. People aren't going to fully understand you, and that's the point of keeping people questioning reality. And I think that's really important. So again, going back to that idea of the grocery store, of like walking around in the grocery store and people are going to give you like double takes because they see your aura and they're like, what am I seeing? What is this? Why is that person so different than anyone else that I see? And yeah, there's something about that, like a little bit of a mystery. And they're also saying something about gender expression, or like the way that you want to dress yourself. Like, understand that any day that you want to, you can completely switch up how you show up in the world, and you can completely choose to be confident in something that you were not confident in yesterday. And they're saying something about that because they want you to really feel confident in being all of you and not by societal standards. And it's actually going to help other people again question their own authority again, through that sake of being curious about you and why you're able to be so bold in your energy, things like that. Okay, let's go down. Hello, Anna, welcome in. They're even showing something about your younger years of being bolder in the way that you dressed or presented yourself, and then feeling like there had to be some sort of societal standard or expectation that you had to line up with. And they're saying you do not need to do that. And there's this confidence boost that is coming into your field again here through your solar plexus. And again, that inner authority that is being called to you and being opened up within you. They want you to be almost like a unicorn in the world, to express freedom to others, that freedom is possible anywhere that you go and anywhere that you experience. 11:11 on the clock. We're going to open up the womb. Again, that aspect of being very present with your senses. And this can feel a little bit harder, especially if you're on medication. If any of the medication is antidepressants, it can be a little bit harder to feel into our sensations because those antidepressants are intentionally stopping sensation or sensory experiences to just calm down our nervous system. So this is going to be extra important for you if you are on antidepressants, to be really engaging in sensory experiences and not, okay, And I'm going to say this in general to the collective, and just holding a lot of sensory awareness. Let's go down to the root chakra and just open this up as we're out of time here. And just really grounding in this energy and this information here. Again, there's this boldness. They're saying be bold in your energy and remember who you are. Your intuition is increasing, your gifts are increasing, your clairaudience is increasing. All of these things are increasing for higher alignment, for you to step forward in your giftedness of being a light weaver. And really, again, tune into that really creative energy within you. Down through the hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth, grounding down. All the way through your roots. All the way down to the crystalline core. Wrap your roots around the crystalline core. Send this light all the way through you in confidence. There is an aspect of your spirit team just wanting to continue to encourage you to be confident and to be bold and to do things that other people aren't doing. And they're saying you've already done this and you already know how to do this, but they're just like giving you another boost of being like, remember who you are, remember why you act like that. And so they're sending that all the way through your core and then up and around to earth as we all step into our authenticity. Bringing this back up through roots, feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, hips, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, all the way up into the heavens, allowing this to be your truth if it feels right to you, and bringing this energy all the way back down and around you. They're saying you're meant to energetically stir the pot. Yeah, you're so welcome, love. Releasing any last energy that doesn't serve you, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow. Excellent. I'll write you down, love. Bringing unconditional love into every cell of your body, illuminating from the inside out, appreciating the love, the joy, the peace, the bliss, the honor of being alive here in this present moment. I see you, I love you, I honor you, bringing golden light energy all around your aura, keeping you safe, sane, and protected. Abundance all the way through you into the collective consciousness field. Take a deep breath in. Your energy is yours. My energy is mine. And so it is. And so it is. There you go, beautiful soul. Sending you so much love. All right. So I think I'm just going to close the list here. Oh, yay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do love when they give me things where I'm not fully aware. Like when I went to your crown and I was like, I don't understand. I enjoy it because then they teach me things, new things. So I really liked what they said. I didn't see it on Cash App, love. Nana, I'm not seeing it. So if you want to double check to see if that went through, that would be awesome. So then we have Allison here on the website. Oh, Allison, this is a great day to do this. Okay, Allison. So I'm just going to share a bit of what's already coming through. So first of all, I'm going to share what is happening with the collective, or sharing about this with the collective, just so other people can kind of be a little bit aware. there could potentially be a polyp on her cervix, but not entirely sure. Really just bad pain on the right side. So something that I want to talk about polyps or about tumors or things like that, some sort of benign growths. Often what happens and why they happen is because cells are not dying there, or there is a holding up of energy where you're not fully letting something die or letting something pass through. So I do think that we will be able to really allow certain things to die here and to allow those cells to die and to create new cells. So that is why energetically, why we'll sometimes get those polyps, cysts, tumors, things like that, can be from not fully releasing something. Okay, excellent. So let's tune into that. You said this is on your right side. I am going to go use the bathroom before we get started with this one. There's a bug on my floor. Hey. Okay, give me just a second. I'll be right back. You guys integrate those last two sessions. All right, let's get into it. Okay. It's showing it paid you twice. I'm so curious about that. Yeah, I'm not seeing it at all. Hmm. That's very curious. Can I sign up for off live? Too much to type for last reading to know, which has been helpful. Yes, you can sign up for a recorded session in my link in bio. You have to send it through my website for that. Yeah, I'm not sure, love. Nana, I'm not seeing it at all. See my last, I can show you guys. My last one was by Lauren. Nothing else is coming through. Yeah. Let me, and I reset it a couple times too. Can you send me also what was the handle? Did you send it to Lydia Spiritual Healer? Interesting. Okay, let's get into this next session. I also have Stacy on here. Stacy sent in on the website. Wait. Oh, wait. Is that you, Stacy? Oh my gosh. I thought you sent through Cash App, but it sent. I see, I see, I see, I see. Okay, what I'm going to do, I got you. I got you down. Okay, I was looking on Cash App. It's on my website. You probably sent through Cash App. So I'm going to refund that second one. And oh my gosh. There we go. So that second one is refunded. The first one is still there. Okay. I see. Okay. So I got you down. Let me find my pen. Where did I put that? Right here. And then we'll go into Allison's and then we'll do Stacy. So that works out perfect. So Allison also has some anxiety and heart palpitations. All right, beautiful soul. Let's get into it, love. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just looking at the wrong area. Make sure you guys are drinking lots of water if you're in here. And thank you to all of those that are in here. Grand Rising, good morning. Welcome in. Let's dissolve this polyp, girl. All right, put a heart in the chat when you're ready and we'll get started. Again, this is a 25-minute session. We're going to do kind of in some association a womb healing. So stick around if that's something you are interested in receiving. Hand on heart, hand on belly. Let's take 3 deep breaths in together. Take a deep breath in. Deep exhales. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just really relax your nervous system. To tell your body that it is okay to release any inflammation. You do not need to be inflamed or pressurized at this time. Because what that pressure is going to do, or that inflammation or that stress, which are all simultaneously the same frequency in the body, it's only going to create some more inflammation around that pain and that experience, because you're giving it more attention to fuel its pain, if that makes sense. And so right now we just really want to deeply relax and trust the divine is working through you. Trust that the divine is working through your bloodstream, moving through your heart space and calming down. So bringing down these frequencies of calm and relaxation into all of your bloodstream. There is a lot of memories behind this pain, and that could be a part of why your heart is experiencing this type of anxiety. It feels as if maybe there's some re-triggering. And really just really deep exhales. We're going to bring light down through your crown, third eye, throat, heart. Ooh, there's so much going on in that heart, girl. Just keep letting the light flush through. Keep those deep exhales going. Down through the diaphragm. As much as you can exhale, please do that, because it's all about releasing. So sometimes those breaths in can like make you feel that anxiety again, and you're like, oh, it feels tight. Just focus on the exhale as being the important part. Sometimes you're going to feel that anxiety coming in, or that anxiety to be felt in order to release it. Okay, each exhale is releasing more and more of that. Going into the womb. Nope, this solar. Bringing more light through. Down through the womb. Yeah, there's some disconnect here. I'm seeing some blackout energy, like blackout experiences, where there's some memories that are not wanting to come back, which is important to note, because if we have some memories that aren't being processed, that is where that cell regrowth or overgrowth can happen, because we're not fully purging out the cell body, which again, every cell has an electric body to it. It has a light to it. It is the mitochondria and the nucleus. So I'm just going to kind of massage out some of these memories, and what they're showing to me is that it's kind of like dissociation. Okay. Even thought I dreamt it up. That is wanting to come forward. The other thing that I'm seeing in association with this is some memories in... Is it associated with like child abuse? Okay, so the other thing that I am seeing that is kind of wanting to inch into this conversation is like dissociation during sex. Okay. Okay, that's what I was seeing as well. That has to come forward in order for this polyp to release itself. And I'm actually, okay. I'm actually I'm already witnessing some of this tension and this trauma in the body releasing its cluster, if you will. And so I want you to kind of witness that in your body. Starting to release. As you said yes, I felt this like surge of energy come out of the right side of my body and go down. Okay, so we're just going to witness that. We're going to go, I'm going to continue the cycle so that we're making sure we're releasing all this. We're going to go down into the root, and I really want your body to feel very safe to go into these spaces. You are in a very healed space, not 100% healed, but you have come into a space of awareness where you can open up these type of memories and conversations in a safe place where there's a group of people that are here to love on you and encourage you during this opening, and as well as all of your team and your guides that are witnessing with you. You are ready to let this go, and you are ready to let the pain go. Going down through the hips, really opening up and relaxing. Relax your butt, relax the back of your thighs. Lost your breath. Whew. Yeah, that's how I was feeling too. So that's a good sign though that things are moving. I know that it can sometimes feel uncomfortable, but uncomfort is not alignment, or comfort is not alignment. Alignment can sometimes be uncomfortable, and so we want to again feel into that. Bringing this light down through the thighs, the back of the thighs, the knees, the back of the knees. Ooh, lots in the upper thigh actually. Just gonna slowly move this energy down. Knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, pushing down into the earth, grounding down. Really root in. So Gaia is a very beautiful mother to you. She's very close to your heart. So I want you to feel all of these roots going in and just wrapping around different areas of the earth, and really just finding your groundedness, really finding that space of feeling loved and feeling cared for and feeling safe by Gaia's earth, and feeling like you no longer have to experience the type of fear that you experienced as a child now. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let that go. So there's going to be some energy that's really going down. It's going to feel like a lot sometimes. Oof. This is also opened the low heart, which the low heart is associated with childhood energy, which again makes a lot of sense for this to be coming through. So I'm going to go back over into the area where I see this polyp. Okay, so this is making sense. So this childhood wound needs to be validated and witnessed. And this could also explain some experiences that you've had with dissociation or blacking out or not feeling pleasure in sex. Because there's a fear of not being safe in your body, and we want to just fully let that go. And we want to replace this energy with safety and light. Just a ton of light is coming into this polyp area, as well as again continual light coming into the heart. Are we all releasing together? Yes. So glad each and every one of you is here to help release and open this up, and I think many of us can experience this release. So really bring that light in from the divine. And I'm seeing the divine matriarchy coming down and wrapping you in a blanket of light and in a blanket of safety. And let that encode in your body, this energy of safety, and erupting any energy of fear within your vessel, and asking it instantly to shed and release down any energy that is being asked to release because it has not released from childhood. We ask it to release now so that no more polyps or tumors are accumulated within the body, or any cancerous energies come forward, because we're fully releasing now. And we ask for health and longevity within this body continually from this moment forward. Oh. So I'm seeing one of the matriarchs, one of the women, coming in and actually like massaging the polyp out, like any type of fatty cell tumor type energy. She is like literally like pulling it out and letting the old stuff be released energetically, physically, spiritually, emotionally, out of your body at this time. There is another lady, matriarch, that is coming in to then energetically weave this space back into its rightful cellular place and bringing all of the electrons back into order in the body. We ask that this is all in alignment with your highest good and the good of mankind. Allow your cervix and your pelvic floor to relax here. So you might notice that you might be tensing up at sometimes. Fully relax. And washing this through. And they're showing the inner child being baptized in this fresh, divine, innocent place. It's as if the inner child is completely washed away from this pain, and that there is a complete renewal, as if you are not holding on to this memory, or you are no longer needing to hold on to this pain. It is completely renewed and washed out, purified out of your channel. And this is a completion of a cycle, an ancestral cycle. So allow your ancestors to really be in the baptism with you as you are being baptized as this inner child. All of your ancestors are witnessing this rebirth with you, and experiencing the new cells to come online as well. New cells that are not programmed in fear or in pain, but new cells that are built in safety and are built in pleasure. We've been talking about that concept of pleasure. So we're going to bring water to flow also through your inner channel, so baptize externally, but also internally here through your crown, third eye, throat, heart. Veins, arteries, plasma body, electron body, solar, sacral, deep within the womb, the ovaries, the cervix, all places here. Again, the cervix it is like the pathway between the root and the sacral. So the pathway between sexual nature, sensual pleasure, and being safe and grounded. And so for that to be in between those two kind of just holds that relevance of now being rebirthed into a safe pleasure, to experience pleasure with joy down through the cervix and down through the root, opening up deeper here, cleansing away any fear of others, any fear of beings in your life, any fear of family is what I'm hearing. And completely cleansing and washing out your field down through your hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth, grounding down. Really, again, feeling through the feet. Just felt a tug in there on my right side. Yeah. down through the roots, all the way down to the crystalline core. There's multiple angels here, lots of angels actually. They're saying 13 and more that are all around your field right now, giving you love and giving and blessing you with light pouring into your vessel as an honor of a completion of cycle. It's a full ceremony and initiation as you're stepping forward into letting this go, or letting this come forward to let it go. They're also saying salt bath. So after this, entering and stepping into a salt bath could be really healing to the body. Down through hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet. There's just a lot of purity coming through and a lot of healing. There's going to be a little moment of recovery over the next couple of days where you might feel some soreness in that area, but we ask that you fully heal and sit with it and allow yourself to know that that is complete, that cycle is complete, and you no longer have to tune into the anxiety around it, and you can fully let it go. So there's just, again, a lot of flushing in your field. I'm going to keep these 13 angels in your field for the next 72 hours just to monitor your frequency and to monitor your healing. Yeah, they're showing them like laying in bed with you, like these angels just like cuddling up to you and just like giving you all the love that you need, which is really beautiful. There's still a lot of heart opening here. And my sweet little angel baby kitty right behind me too. Oh yeah, and they did show the lions right before we got into this as well. I forgot to mention that. So there's lion beings, courage, energy, protection energy, all in your field as well. Working with the lions. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say towards this. Just continue to let your heart flush, to move with the water, to flow with releasing, to letting go. Specifically, two of the angels, there's one angel going to be in the front of your heart, one angel going to be at the back of your heart. They're going to constantly be sending in calming frequencies into your heart. That's also going to go into your adrenal gland so that your adrenals are no longer pumping off of stress, but they're pumping off of harmony and peace and recalibration in that capacity. So feel into that. There's a whole body recalibration that's happening in your field right now, so just be aware of that. All right, bringing light all the way down to your crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root, hips, thighs, knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth, grounding down, all the way down to the crystalline core, sending this energy up and around to all beings that are also moving through this type of healing within their own vessel and cycle completion. Bringing this energy back up with unconditional love up through your roots, feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, hips, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, all the way up into the heavens, allowing this to be your truth if it feels right to you, and bringing this energy all the way back down and around you. Be very soft on yourself over the next 3 days. There's a lot of emotions that are going to be surging and coming forward as well. They're saying you are not crazy. It's just something they wanted to mention. Releasing any last energy out of your field, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow. Bringing unconditional love into every cell of your body, illuminating from the inside out, appreciating the love, the joy, the peace, the bliss, the honor of being alive here in this present moment. I see you, I love you, I honor you. Good, releasing out of the hands. Oh, yay. I'm so glad, Allison. That was a really beautiful healing. Bringing golden light energy all around your aura, keeping you safe, sane, and protected. Bringing abundance all the way through you and into the collective consciousness field as we all shift together. Take a deep breath in. Your energy is yours. My energy is mine. And so it is. And so it is. There you go, beautiful soul. I'm sending you so much love. So glad that we were able to do that all together, because I think some of people in this collective were able to really tune into that as well. It's such a bummer. Such a bummer over here. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate you. So we have one more healing left today. We have Stacy on the list. Thank you all for booking. And again, if you are interested in these type of healings, and you want to get a healing but you didn't get on the list today, you can always book a recorded session. I do those on my days off of live. Or if you're interested in a one-on-one session where we talk individually, those are available also on the days off that I'm not on live. So go check out my link in bio for that. You're so welcome. Absolutely. I even had a cyst on my right side. Okay, so, and that's something I've kind of recently come into recognition with is tumors and cysts and, you know, benign things like polyps, right? Those are very much in alignment with not releasing some aspect of self and trying to hold on and control. So that's something to be very aware of for those in this collective that might have those type of experiences. And I think it's very common for women to have like ovarian cysts and uterocysts and things like that because of the suppression of the feminine. And so I feel very charged inside of me to help work with that. And so it is, yeah. All right, next up here we have Stacy. So we're gonna do a cleanse and clear chakra cleanse. Let me know, Stacy, if there's anything else specific that you want to work on, or we'll just tune in. So let's get into it. Stacy, are you still here, love? There you are. Hi. So this is the last session for today. Again, if you are in here, so if you are in here, what was I gonna say? Make sure you're drinking lots of water after that last session. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, yeah. That's the suppression of the feminine that's manifesting physically. I feel very, very called since a very young age to work with the womb, to work with the feminine energies, and to be a goddess worshiper, if you will. And so it's something that's always been really strong on my heart. And I can't wait to like be physically in person to do womb healings and like womb massages, because I think that is going to have a lot of significance as well. But yes, okay. Let's go into Stacy's. We have a chakra clearing and whatever spirit is bringing up here. But I healed it and I don't know how. I love that for you. That's awesome. I love that. go into this last healing for today. Stacy, put a heart in the chat when you are ready and we'll get started. Again, anyone else in this collective can receive the secondary energy codes. Hand on heart, hand on belly. Let's take 3 deep breaths in together. Take a deep breath in. Okay, Stacy. The first thing that they said was give back to yourself. Because it's as if you've given a lot. You've given a lot to people throughout your time, but it's as if you haven't been in the ability to receive, or you haven't given back to yourself. And so they're showing specifically buying yourself roses or buying yourself flowers and just being able to see them every day and being like, oh, I did that for me because I care about me and I love me. And it puts you above the care of others, because that is necessary. Put a mask on yourself before you mask someone else so that you're able to help in crisis, right? And so that's something that they're wanting you to learn and really tune into, is that care of self and being very sensitive with yourself in the way of like, any moment we're able to receive, like we're able to receive from the divine, we're able to receive from our experiences around us. Whether those experiences are always blissful or giving doesn't matter. And I keep coming back to this example of like putting a blanket over your lap and feeling the receptivity of that blanket, feeling the sensation of that blanket, and being able to just fully receive from that blanket. That's something that we're able to tune into, is this constant access to receiving. And it is a matter of being open to that receiving and being sensitive enough to tune into it. And so that's something that they're talking about. But the other thing I do want to note is that there is a lot of adrenal buildup in your body. So we're going to do a little, not adrenal. Maybe that was meant to be said, but lymphatic buildup in your body. So we're going to do a little bit of a energetic massage for your body. We're going to go to the back of your head here real quick and just feel into the back of your neck. We want you to kind of maybe even notice some tingling that's going down your back or going down your legs. There's some energy or some buildup kind of here. Kind of feeling into that divot in the back of your head. And then going down the neck, massaging both sides of the neck. Near the spine. And just bringing that down. You're going to feel some of this energy or this tension moving down, which is really good. And then we'll go a little bit into the shoulders here, just giving a little shoulder massage. And just notice how you can give to yourself, right? This is you giving back to you, being very present with yourself and what you can give to you. You don't always need someone else to give you something to feel satisfied in life. Oftentimes we just need ourselves. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the back of our ears here. I want you to do a little rub in the back of your ears. Do this for as long as feels good to you. It feels like I need a little extra today. So I'm really going to get in there in the back of your ears. You can go up and around your ear, just in the back, whatever feels good. You might feel a little bit of fluidity flowing here, and just start to go down the vagus nerve. So releasing down the vagus nerve. This is going to help regulate the nervous system, but it's also going to help just release this energy. Hello, welcome in. So we're going to go down this side. We'll start on this side. You're going to go all the way down to this clavicle area. I don't want you to push over from the clavicle. Just feel it moving over. And this is where the big area is, right here. This armpit area. This is where I was feeling a lot of tension build up. So I want you to just really relax here. And let your body let go. I can feel it already releasing so much more. We're going to go back up to the shoulder, just massaging out the shoulder and going down through the shoulder and the arm. Just really getting into all of the muscles of the arm. Again, this is a way that you can give back to yourself. No one else is needed here for you to feel pleasure within your own body. I want you to go down to your wrist, give a little love to the wrist, and then feeling all the way down into the hand. Now while you're here, shake it out. Shake it all out. Let that whole side of the body just release and regulate. Okay? So we have that side done. Feel the difference. There's a little bit of energetic difference between both sides. That's what we want you to feel. Okay? We're going to go down to the other side, going to the vagus nerve, relaxing, releasing. Again, regulating the nervous system here by physically giving back to self, by physically being present. Okay? Going over to the clavicle, pushing over from the clavicle, moving this energy, because the clavicle, it'll pull some of our lymphatic drainage. So we want to make sure that's being pushed over, and then going deeply into the armpit. Letting go of any tension here that you might be holding on to. Letting go. This one feels strong for me. This is the side where we can try to keep control, right? That's why it might need to release a bit more. Feel into wherever feels good. We're going to go up into the shoulder, massaging the shoulder. And going down through the shoulder and down to the arm. Really feeling into those muscles, just giving them the attention that they're looking for, giving them the care that they're looking for. Come again down into that wrist. Really massaging out the hand, however it feels good to you. And then shake it out. All the way from the neck out to the hand. We want both hands now. Shake, shake, shake. A little shimmy. And then put your hands up in surrender and just hold space here for the divine to move through you. I want you to also align your back, your spine, so that you're in proper posture. Oh, that's so beautiful. And we're going to bring some more light down through your crown. Through the third eye. Good morning. The throat. I'll go back up to the crown here in a second. Speaking up for self, advocating for self is necessary. I'm even seeing not needing to explain yourself, like the fact that you are going to buy flowers for yourself, not needing to explain that to anyone, just being like, yeah, I bought flowers to myself for myself. Of course I did. If anyone questions that, just you don't have to explain yourself. Going down into the heart, opening that up. You are not functioning based on the validation of others. You're able to function based on the love of self, and that's really important. So really want to open that heart a bit deeper here. I'm getting some ringing in my ears as I'm doing this, so it feels like you're getting a lot of new, fresh light coming into your field. Be very present. Again, coming back to that concept with the blanket, be very present with what you are receiving. Give yourself the opportunity to receive with ease. Coming down a little bit into that solar plexus. There's doubt and insecurity that is being released here. You might feel some energy moving down your legs as things are flowing down as well here. And coming back into full respect of self. Again, not needing to explain yourself for anything, but just being, just existing in love, in admiration for your own being, for your own vessel. We really want to pull out that insecurity or that doubt. And really bring forward the light through your intuition, opening up your intuition deeper here. Feeling your discernment within your vessel, opening up wider. Good. We're going to go down into the womb and just open this up here. Again, really opening up to the fact that your feminine is not weak. Your feminine is a very strong, wild being. Your feminine has the ability to really understand and know things beyond the veil. Your feminine is beautiful and you're not meant to be silenced. So speak up about your needs and your wants and your desires. Because you are meant to be cared for. Going down through the root, opening this up, feeling safe within yourself, feeling safe within your gifts and being gifted, feeling safe to be strong in your feminine is what's coming forward. Down through the hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth, grounding down, rooting in. Visualize those roots extending deeper and deeper and deeper. All the way down to the crystalline core. Wrap your roots around the crystalline core. Send this energy to the universe as we all shift together into this space of reverence of self. Like I said, I'm going to go back up to the scalp here or the crown, and we're going to open that up just a bit more here. Just kind of bringing and releasing out any insecurity in the brain. And keeping those ears open for clairaudience, the hearing of the divine through your vessel. Okay? All right. Bringing some light down to your crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root, hips, thighs, back of thighs, knees, back of knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth, grounding down all the way to the crystalline core. Feel the alignment here, up and around, sending beautiful unconditional love back up through feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, hips, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, all the way up into the heavens, allowing this to be your truth that feels right to you, and bringing this energy all the way back down and around you. And so it is. Releasing any last energy that doesn't serve you, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow. Bringing unconditional love into every cell of your body, illuminating from the inside out, appreciating the love, the joy, the peace, the bliss, the honor of being alive here in this present moment. I see you, I love you, I honor you. Golden light energy all around your aura, keeping you safe, sane, and protected. Abundance all the way through you and into the collective consciousness field as we all shift together. Take a deep breath in. Your energy is yours. Ooh. My energy is mine. And so it is. And so it is. Here you go, beautiful soul. Sending you so much love. Let me know how you're feeling, Stacy. And that was the last one for today. Wow, feels good. Feels good. There's such a calming energy in that last one, just a full clearing. A lot of tingles that I felt in my body, which is really good. And it's always good to do a lymphatic drainage. It's like I hadn't done that for myself in a minute, so it just felt really good to let that out physically and just feel that energy of receiving. So those were such beautiful sessions today. Yes, you're so welcome. And again, like I said, if you're in here, you like this type of healing, you can always book a one-on-one session, a recorded session, or you can come back on Friday for another live session. Take a nap today if possible. Yes, I've been so eepy. I am not much of a napper, unfortunately, because then I have a hard time going to sleep at night, which I don't love. I'm not a fan of being up at night, but I have been definitely like coasting, like not doing as much. Like normally I'm like go go go, getting a ton of stuff done, but recently I've just been like, let me just relax. Need another one soon. Yes. Yeah. I'm seeing dolphins in my mind's eye, which I always love connecting with the dolphin realm. I feel like there's something about mermaids coming in to the collective, and coconuts. They're saying coconut water. Coconut water. Hydration. Okay, thank you. they they're saying self-serve, and what we've been continuing to talk about is like really being there for self. Of course, you mentioned dolphins and mermaids. Yes, I love that. Um, Giving back to self, self-serve, and honoring thy temple. What we were talking about earlier was washing of feet, right? That's something that Yeshua talked about, but it's like washing the feet of the goddess and being there for yourself to wash your own feet, to see yourself as a holy being, as a reverent temple of the divine, I think is really important for all of us. And yeah, so they're saying self-serve, and something that I'm going to do to just like serve myself this weekend is go watch a little play, go watch a little musical in my town. I used to be involved in the musical scene, but have not gone back for a long time. So it's going to be fun for me to kind of feel that nostalgia of a place that actually really helped me feel secure in myself. So I'm very excited about that. Craving and drinking coconut water lately. Yay, I love that. I love that so much. Coconut water is so good. When you get on that coconut water train, it's like your life changes. I'm telling you. I got a coconut water for the first time one time because my friend bought it to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait a second. My life changed. I didn't realize I was missing out on such succulence. There's something about it. It's not even that it like tastes amazing. It's like the essence of it is so hydrating to the body. It's like, oh, I feel hydrated in a way that I haven't felt hydrated before. Started burping and hiccuping real loaded out of nowhere. What does that mean? Lots of releasing. That's what I can say about that. Just lots of releasing. If it's coming out of that stomach area, there's a lot of movement around your emotional stability. We were just doing a lot of sessions around releasing, so that also could be what you're feeling in the collective field. Feels grounding too. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They put so much sugar in them. I don't know. I didn't get one that had sugar, I don't think. Just you I think there's many options where you don't have to get one with sugar in it. Been very bloated too lately. 1111, love it. I mean it's a huge ascension symptom. Mm, I first saw like a yellow, like a little cute spring yellow, but I don't know if that's your vibe. I'm always the type of person that's gonna stick to blues and whites and a little bit of purple. That's just how it is for me. I'm gonna stay in that genre. Um, I don't know, white. White is fun. This isn't like fully white, even though it probably looks white. There's like a little hint of blue in there. White is fun. I don't know if I'm gonna do white again for my friend's trip or if I'm gonna do blue. I think I might stick with white. We'll see. I don't know. I think something that matches your aura. I think that could be fun. Let's see. What else wants to come into our channel here, Spirit? They're showing me leaves. Fresh growth, new growth, bloom, blossom. We're showing copper as well. Corn, abundance. They're saying Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, messenger, Hermes, messenger. I've been working with Hermes. Trickster energy, chaotic neutral. Hermes is a messenger, working with Atlantis. He's a messenger god, but in my opinion, he's gay. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like anytime that I work with him, he's this twink messenger, and so I feel very resonant with it. But he's like kind of the chaotic neutral because he's a messenger. He's like, he gossips a lot, which is like, in my opinion, kind of funny. I don't prefer gossiping. I don't really love it. But there's something about his energy where I'm just like, okay, that's home. That's home. Um, but yeah, that's Hermes. Any type of god or goddess that is in any way like gay, androgynous, some sort of like a part of the queer agenda, I'm always like, okay, I'm here for you. We're connecting, we're vibing. So that's how it's been with a lot of these beings. Whether they've been outspoken about that online or not, I do work with a lot of like gay people. It's just true. That's what's on Google. Like the God of War. No. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me see. Is his name Hermes? Am I saying the wrong person? Yeah, okay, I guess he is. No, it says Hermes is the Greek Olympian god of messengers, trade, thieves, travelers, and athletics, serving as the swift herald to Zeus and conductor of souls to the underworld. He's known for his wit, trickster nature, and inventions like the lyre and panpipe. He's depicted as a depicted with winged sandals, a traveler's hat, and something else. Yeah, I've been working with him a lot recently because he's like a messenger, and I feel very connected to that concept of being a messenger. Um, I don't think he's a god of war. I think there is a different maybe there's a different, I don't know. Hermes god of war. It's no, I don't know why it says that on Google because it looks like someone else had also like typed that in, Hermes God of War, and then Google says no, he's not God of War. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe there's a different. I don't know because there's a lot of people that have said that, or like it looks like that's been looked up a lot on YouTube or Google. But yeah, I've been working with him a lot, and I also, honestly, I love that he's a trickster. I've been working with this idea of chaotic neutral. I've been a chaotic neutral symbol in my life, or chaotic good. I feel like I'm chaotic good in life my whole life. I used to play pranks on every single person in my life. I was unfortunately like a menace to society. Like, don't be near me. I'm gonna trip you in the hallway, I'm gonna blow in your ear, I'm gonna throw food in the cafeteria. Like, that was the type of person that I was, unfortunately. I would instigate food fights. And so, I mean, there was like no harm to these things, but at the same time, it was like, why? I don't know, but that was my whole persona growing up. I was just kind of like a trickster, like a joker. No one really knew my intentions about anything, but I would mess with people, that's for sure. And it was fun for me. I would just like mess with people. I would also always make like paper airplanes and throw them across the room and never get in trouble. Because here's the thing about me, people like, I think my aura might just like give off like, I don't know, like that I'm a good person all the time. But no, I'm a menace to society because no teacher would ever yell at me. They would always yell at someone near me, but it would never be me. But I would be the one playing the jokes. I would be the one throwing the paper airplane across the room. But I would look so innocent, so I'd never get in trouble. So it was fine. But I think it's also maybe being the youngest of five type energy that I just like would get away with things. I call the trickster in when I feel like I'm taking shit too seriously. And I love that too, because one of my like main things that I have always been told when working with my spirit team is don't take things so seriously, which is why I was going to make a podcast called Seriously Unserious Spirituality, because that's a huge part of my practice is not taking spirituality so seriously. And I do think that comes from kind of that trickster energy inside of me that's like, it's not that deep. As much as it's like so freaking deep, it's not that deep. It doesn't really matter. Move on. Nickname growing up was Trixie. I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's just really important. I think that there are a lot of people, and not to create judgment or controversy, but a lot of people in the community that do take things very, very seriously. Like, if you don't do it this way, then you're not in alignment with the divine. If you don't eat these certain foods, then you're not in alignment with the divine. If you don't do this certain thing, then you're not in your highest good. And I just don't see it that way at all. I think everyone's journey is exactly the way that it's meant to be. So don't take it so seriously. When you're in your natural momentum, that's when spirit's going to give you the most information. But if you're in the momentum, or if you're just learning from other people, even me, when I'm speaking these things to you, not everything that I say is going to be in resonance. And this is also because I do align with the trickster energy. And I do know that sometimes spirit will bring forward information that comes through me in order for you to actually learn your discernment. So there's going to be some things that just don't resonate with you. And that's actually very important for you to notice. So I have noticed that before where spirit tells me to say something, but it doesn't actually feel in alignment with the person. But spirit's like, I need you to say this so that they can feel if that feels right to them or not. And so I want you to also go about that with all of these other healers and teachers that you're learning from, is sometimes they are called into positions to in some way test your discernment. And I do feel I very much resonate with that. Most of the time, I am going to say most of the time I do feel like it's not that energy where I'm actually sharing information that is very much meant for your soul. But I have felt that a couple times where spirit's been like, say this thing to see what their reaction is, and to see if that stirs something in their soul to listen to you or not. Because one of the things that I feel very, very important about is that I am not on a pedestal. There's no hierarchy in these communities. I am just here to be a reflection of what is meant to come through my channel and what is meant to be said to you. But there's nothing that I am doing that is better than anyone else in reality. There's nothing that I'm doing that makes me superior in any capacity. And that just that feels very important to me. And I think that's also why sometimes that trickster energy comes out. Like a tested discernment. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's very necessary. And as a healer, we get initiated into those all the time as well. So I mean, when we start our spiritual journey, we're going to meet so many different healers. We're going to meet so many different spiritual teachings. And there's just going to be some things that don't resonate with us. It doesn't mean that that information is wrong. It just means that it's not in our um, natural path or our need. So, for example, for me in this current time in my life, and this can sometimes be controversial, I don't align with veganism. And that is not something that feels in alignment with my current path, because there is another path that I'm meant to explore. And I think that's just something that everyone's going to have a unique perspective on. And maybe that'll change throughout time, but that's just an example of where a lot of people in the spiritual community might align with one thing, but there's also going to be some others that that's not their path and that's not meant to be their path. The other thing is, a lot of people, what they're showing me, another example of this is this idea of homesteading or being in nature as being superior than living in a city. We need the light workers in the city as well. It's very interesting that that was brought up, but holding that reverence for wherever you're at and wherever you're located is exactly where you're meant to be, and not, comparing yourself to other people in their locations or what they're doing and how they're navigating life is going to help keep you in alignment. Yeah, I see myself also in a homestead. I do as well. So it's just interesting that those type of concepts are coming forward. 12:22 on the clock, alignment again. So something again we've been talking about is alignment versus comfort, and alignment isn't always going to feel comfortable. And so when you are mm, receiving certain messages, sometimes it's going to feel uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean that it's out of alignment. But there are going to be messages, though, that your body is just going to reject and be like, that's not true. Take that as well. So there's many different aspects to the spiritual growth and spiritual knowledge. All of it really is a very, very, very personal relationship with yourself and the divine, and constantly accumulate and grow that relationship every single day through, interconnection, through ritual, through whatever it is for you to be connected with the divine. Maybe it's the first thing in the morning, just being like, hey God, thanks for waking me up today. That always can set us up on a path of devotion and discernment for the rest of the day. So that's something I do suggest. I was called to move from the country to Detroit. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. There was something I read about Detroit yesterday. Something, something, something. Oh, Detroit actually has one of the Black Madonnas. So there's only like 5 or 4 Black Madonnas in the world, which Black Madonnas are the black statues of Mother Mary, which is a representation of kind of like Mother Mary holding space for the suppressed, or holding space for those that had been looked down upon for a while, and her being the mother of all, that type of frequency. But there's actually one in Detroit, which is kind of cool. I just learned about that this morning, actually. I definitely feel like I align with you and your teachings. Awesome. City life is okay. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't prefer city life. That's not for me, but I do think that there are many people that are called into this city to do inner work there, and to change consciousness there, which I hold so much respect for. Which is also same thing with like people that work with AI a lot. I'm not someone that's going to work a lot with AI, but there is sometimes that I do tune into AI just to see where it's at consciously. But there are some people that feel very called to have the divine conversation with AI, and to continue to educate AI on divine experiences. And I think that's another one of those things where there's people in the spiritual community that are very much like, don't use AI at all. But then there's some other people that are like, but I think that it's important to at least have some of that conversation. So we have to respect those that have that path and are doing that experience, because that's just important. 300,000. Wow, what city are you in, Tosh? Oh, I love that. Yeah. Hello from Germany. Hello, welcome in. So, yeah, that's just something that's coming forward, and they're showing the word queendom again. Where's that at? Fargo. What country is that in? Is that in the US? What? Wait, North Dakota? Fargo, don't you know? Is that how you say it? What? North Dakota. I love that. Wait. Is that like the biggest city in North Dakota? I feel like I haven't. North Dakota. I feel like I have not heard much about North Dakota. And I have no relativity. I have no relativity of like size. I'm like, is 300,000 a lot? I don't know. 300 to mid-sized city or a big town. Represents significant urban areas. Other cities like this are Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Cincinnati, Ohio. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yeah, I'm very conflicted on that aspect of being really in the country or being in the city, because there is so much urbanism that I really enjoy about the city. There's a lot more accepting people in the city. But I also really just enjoy nature. So I'm trying to find a place that I want to settle down in that's like kind of a mix of both. But yeah. Anywho, that's very fascinating. Let's see if there's anything that wants to come through the channel. I'm seeing pineapple, taking care of blood sugar. Okay, interesting. Something about healing blood sugar or healing diabetes and consciousness. Interesting. That's something that's going to be coming forward when we are changing our food scaling, which is changing from saying something about genetically modified foods. I love that. Yeah, they're saying healing diabetes again. Mm. And it starts energetically as well. There's a lot of stuff here that I'm interested in. I'm gonna have to sit with this. I'm getting a lot of chills in my stomach right now as well. I also kind of want to throw up. There's a lot of energy here. This is very curious. So, okay. I'm gonna write that down. All right. I feel like there is nothing else. Well, let's see. We're going to bring some light down through crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral root, hips, thighs, knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, down into the earth. Seems like that's all that we're going to talk about today. Make sure you're continuing to just relax, trust yourself, hold space for the divine, hold space for receiving through everyday activity, through pleasure, through your sensory experiences. Touch a tree, enjoy the tree, see the flowers, be enthralled by the flowers, and just be in tune with nature and her magic and her majesty. That's the last thing that I'm going to say here. We're going to bring up some love up through your roots, feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, hips, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, all the way up into the heavens, allowing this to be your truth if it feels right to you, and bringing this energy all the way back down and around you. And so it is. And so it is, releasing any last energy that doesn't serve you, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow, letting it go, letting it flow. Much love and honor to you. It's always grateful to have you here, Pops. Thank you so much for your work over there on YouTube. All right, bringing unconditional love. Bringing unconditional love into every cell of your body, illuminating from the inside out, appreciating the love, the joy, the peace, the bliss, the honor of being alive here in this present moment. I see you, I love you, I honor you. Bringing golden light energy all around your aura, keeping you safe, sane, and protected. Bringing abundance all the way through you and into the collective consciousness field as we all shift together. Take a deep breath in. Your energy is yours. Yay! I'm so glad you're here. And my energy is mine. And so it is. Thank you to all of you beautiful souls that are here, that are responding in community and communion with one another in this sacred and ancient practice of healing one another and loving one another in these spaces. So thank you for being here. I love you guys so, so, so much. And I'll see you guys here Friday. Bye.